This week, we look at the most important aspect of baking, pastry. Whether it's puff, short crust or choux, if you're serious about baking, you need to master the art. Eric meets a bake club who love traditional baking and the best ingredients.
We sat down and we ordered some scones. And I hate to say it, but I think they might have been made with margarine.
They take on choux pastry eclairs, but will Eric think they've created a retro masterpiece or served up an old stale recipe?
It's nothing worse than the bad eclairs.
The quick bake today is a tart au fin, combining fruit, cinnamon crumble and a thin and flaky puff pastry.
And to be honest, this is my kind of baking.
And Eric is asked to open up a pop-up pastry shop in the heart of the city.
Look at that one, that's so decadent, it's brilliant, isn't it?
Will the city slickers buy shares in Eric's cupcakes and tarts?
So you're a cake boy,
Yes, yes.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Our bake club today all met at university and have a passion for the classics of patisserie. They're hoping to impress Eric with their choux pastry eclairs.
OK, right, so we need 100 grams of butter cut into small pieces, please, Amber.
Well, we all met at university pretty much in our first week. We shared a house together and just kind of where we bonded over cake.
It just finds always that nervous moment when suddenly
when you're thinking,
not actually looking like
it.
what you thought it was going to look like.
No, it's coming together now, isn't it? Yeah.
We all used to visit a really lovely cafe together, which did very, very good cake and very old-fashioned recipes like meringues. What we really loved about it was the fact that it had this big open shop window. Everything was kind of piled up in a really oldie-worldy kind of high street sort of way.
Fluted nozzle, I think, because that's what we've got.
We would go quite a lot to this cafe and have, cake, sometimes 2 cakes, double caking as we like to call it.
The girls went back to their tea shop to relive their student days, but were sadly disappointed.
People that had been running it for years, since the 60s, I think, had left. We thought, OK, well, we'll give it a go. So we sat down and we ordered some scones. And I hate to say it, but I think they might have been made with margarine.
We've still got 18 seconds.
Amber definitely is the mistress of precision. So generally she always has very good, consistent results. 2, 1, go!
Oh, nice.
Bowie is amazingly creative and really makes things look brilliant. In terms of what I bring to it, I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, that looks really pretty. It's a shame no one will actually ever see that. Yeah, exactly.
I'm slightly anxious about Eric's reaction to our eclairs. He's French and we're making English eclairs, so I'm sure he's going to have something to say on the subject.
It'd be great to learn from Eric. I imagine the guy's a mine of useful information on all aspects of baking. Right, should I just sprinkle these on? OK.
Wow, voila. Voila.
Okay, so this one is the ultimate quick bake, very fast one, probably my favorite one as well. It's tart au fin, and this one, we're gonna do it with plum. So being a quick bake, obviously I'm not gonna start making pastry, and definitely not puff pastry. So on the way home, grab a packet of buttered puff pastry from the supermarket, and that's it. That's gonna be really our main base for our tart au fin. I'm going to use plum because they are lovely and they are in season at the moment. But if you got some other fruit like apricot or anything else, you can use them. You can use all your leftovers and you can really play around with it.
Roll the sheet, being careful not to place too much pressure downwards as you roll.
Okay, so the pastry is rolled nice and thin. Always make sure you kind of relax the pastry before you cut it. Don't stretch it. It's going to stretch back when when it's going to cook and it's going to go in the oven. And we're just going to
cut out 6 shapes and place on the baking tray. Brush each pastry base with egg, which will protect the pastry as it cooks and give it a lovely golden colour.
We don't want our pastry to rise too much, so in the center I'm just going to prick it with a fork. Okay, so that's done. So I'm going to move out to the side. I'm going to start to put the fruit on the top. So plums, and I'm just cutting them in quarter to be quite chunky. The only thing you have to remember when you cook with plums is they are actually very sour and very acidic. So on this occasion, because we're going to add a crumble on the top, that's going to cut through and give some sweetness to it. But when you make other recipes, it's always worth roasting your plum first with some sugar. So I'm just placing the plum there. And To be honest, this is not a celebration cakes. It's not a wedding cakes, I'm not in my shop at Cake Boy. This is just all about the flavors, the flakiness of the pastries. And to be honest, this is my kind of baking. Okay, that's great. If you cook it as it is there, when you eat it, it will just take your mouth away. It will be so sour and too strong.
Next, the crumble topping.
Okay, so 25 grams of unsalted butter. To that, I'm going to add 25 grams of demerara sugar. And to it, I'm going to add 50 grams of wholemeal flour. And because it's a crumble, no need to sieve. So I want my crumble to be nice and chunky, to be honest. There's nothing worse than a fine crumble, almost like a sand. And to that, I'm going to add a bit of cinnamon, so just a small teaspoon. So you can see the crumble is nice and chunky and lovely, lovely dark color. And that's all going to cook with the juices of the plum. It's all going to caramelize and definitely boost the flavor of the plum.
Place them in a preheated oven at 180 degrees, carefully sliding them off the tray, giving as much heat to the pastries as possible. Bake until they're golden and caramelized.
So I'm going to slide it back to my baking tray, so you have to be careful when you do that. Look at those. So that's it. I'm just going to serve it straight, hot from the oven. Bit of icing sugar. Very simple, very rustic. This is my tarte fine with plum and cinnamon crumble.
The Retro Bake Club have arrived at Eric's, with their choux éclairs waiting to be tried.
Good morning.
Oh, good morning.
Come in, come in. Take a seat.
Precious goods.
Well, welcome to my house. So tell me a bit about your connection and how the whole baking thing started.
Where we used to go to a really amazing cafe that did all different kinds of traditional English bakery.
All homemade in...
all homemade, and it was
Yeah.
quite ahead of its time, so it used all locally sourced ingredients. At the time, not that I think we were probably bothered by that, but
Possibly not.
Looking
it
back at
tasted really nice.
So what did you make today for me?
We have made éclairs.
Éclairs?
Yeah,
Oh.
two kinds of éclair. What I would say was a sort of standard English éclair, so whipped cream inside and chocolate on top. And then we've also made coffee éclairs. We've made a coffee liqueur-based cream and icing.
Wow, that sounds yummy. I'm a great fan of éclairs, but they have to be good. There's nothing worse than the bad éclairs. So, is yours going to be a good éclairs?
Well, we certainly hope so. not filled with Patisserie.
I know, I like with the cream, to be
Yeah.
honest. So I'm really looking forward to that. That's probably one of my favorite desserts. Are we ready for the reveal?
Let's reveal.
Really?
Yeah, no pressure there. Okay, here we go. Ta-da!
Wow, they look very good. I like the way you did medium size.
You can't have two if you've
Yeah,
got
exactly.
massive ones.
You don't feel guilty, you can have one of each. That's-
Yeah. Okay, I'll just grab this little baby.
Nice coffee is nice.
Give you one of each.
Thank you. Right.
Moment of truth.
I think I'm going to go for the coffee, probably. I've been very polite. I should really eat with my hand. Are you ready for my...
Please.
my verdict? I've just been to heaven. I can't remember the last time I had such a good eclairs or even a good dessert like that.
Gratifying.
It's just perfect. The pastry is crunchy, the cream inside is not too sweet. It's real cream, real chocolate, and I love the coffee flavors. You could just eat a lot of it.
We know.
And I absolutely adore it. You can eat yours now.
I might not use the fork.
I hope you agree with me. The coffee one is my favorite. Yeah, the nut on top, wow. The next step is we're gonna have to give you a little score out of 10. I don't think you should be too worried about it, considering my reaction when I try the cakes. But let's find out what your score is out of 10.
So what was the 1 point?
Yeah, well, where do we fall down?
Nobody is that perfect.
The eclairs were a hit with Eric, but will the retro bakers continue to be past perfect in the masterclass later on?
Bake clubs are not the only craze sweeping the nation. Pop-up restaurants and pop-up stores are literally popping out everywhere. And I'm here today at the Folly to discuss a fabulous popping store specially designed for them.
Eric meets the venue's operation manager, Taskin Muzaffar, who shows him around. At over 13,000 square foot, this restaurant and bar is currently the largest in the city, attracting customers from across a square mile.
So I really want to talk to you about pop-up shops. I want you to come here and do something fabulous for us in our Delhi area. We want to have a revolving pop-up shop in there, and we want you to do something. What can you do?
I mean, I think, things when people can, take to the office, so, straight away to mind, some cupcakes, individual cakes.
I think that your cakes will look fantastic up there.
Brimming with ideas, they decide to take a look around the deli and the pop-up space.
So this is the area that we're looking to have the pop-up shop.
I think we are in business.
Excellent. So when?
Not tomorrow, unfortunately, but no. But one last thing.
Yeah.
I need to try this cocktail before we shake hands.
All right. Should we go have one?
But let's shake hands anyway.
Okay.
Well, the meeting was really, really good. I have to say, very positive. They are very excited about us coming there and do the pop-up stores. So we're preparing a nice selection of cakes. We're going quite classic as well, not too shishi, because we don't want to scare off the customers. So we've got plenty of cupcakes and plenty of classic like pear tart, apricot tart, a lot of chocolate things, even though people love chocolates. I mean, I truly think, people are going to get excited about the selection of cakes we're taking today, I mean, the city is usually wine bar and sandwiches. That's it. That's the only thing they eat or drink mostly. So studently to be able to buy some cakes, to take back to the office, brilliant. I think they're going to love it.
The day of Eric's first pop-up store arrives, and his new team starts setting up before the lunchtime rush.
Hi there. Hi, how are you? Good. Perfect timing. It's nice and busy already, so we need to move on because I think people are asking for our cakes already. And as soon as we set up, we run through each flavors, the pricing, and we can start selling. That sounds cool? Yeah. Good, good.
Eric briefs the pop-up team, and they're ready to sell to the city boys and girls.
So this one's vanilla, the one with all the chocolate on top. There's your change. Thank you very much. Enjoy, guys.
You don't eat.
You alright, guys?
So you're a cake boy,
Yes.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
The pop-up shop's proving to be a booming success. The city slickers are investing in Eric's creation.
It's so decadent, it's brilliant, isn't it?
The cakes were designed to be taken back to the office, but most don't even make it out of the bar.
Yeah. This is lovely.
Time for the Retro Bakers Pastry Masterclass.
Right, I'm ready. If you'd like to come over. Well, we're going to stick to the choux pastry theme. Another classic, very French classic. It's called choux parisien. It's probably better known as well in France as Paris-Brest. So I got half a liter of food fat milk, and that's going to go on the stove to heat up till it goes to the boil.
Combine 6 egg yolks and 200 grams of caster sugar and mix straight away. Add 60 grams of plain flour and continue to mix until pale and fluffy. Then pour half the hot milk into the mixture and whisk. Return everything to the saucepan and heat, allowing the mixture to thicken.
And now back on the stove, and I'm just going to cook it till it starts boiling again. You can see already it starts to bubble away. That's good enough. Okay, so I'm just gonna move back here. And now we're gonna add the butter to it.
That looks like quite a lot of butter.
Well, that's just half of the butter. Yes.
So how much is that?
That's 200 grams of butter. And later on, we're gonna whisk another 200 grams of butter to that recipe. That's why it tastes nice.
Yeah, of course.
Just mixing it gently. As it cools down, it would set.
Pour the custard in a bowl and place in the fridge to cool.
Okay, so the first stage of the crème mousseline is sorted. Now is your specialty, the choux pastry. I'm using some milk. Did you use water or use water? Yep, well, it's perfectly fine. But I'm doing 50-50, so I got 250 ml of milk and 250 of water.
Place on a gentle heat, adding 200 grams of butter and leave to simmer. Once it comes to the boil, add 300 grams of plain sifted flour. Then comes the fun bit.
And off the stove, we're just going to mix it. So I put it back on the stove and I'm going to what we call it the drying out of the pastry. And what we're looking for, the dough is stop sticking to the pan. Yep, that's great.
Place the dough into the mixing bowl. Whisk 8 whole eggs, adding a little at a time with the paddle on the medium speed.
So you need to check the consistency as you go along. More eggs. Let's check our consistency. We want like almost like a pointy bit like that.
Okay.
It's supposed to look like a beak, le bec, like we say in France.
Fill a piping bag with the choux pastry mixture.
Twist it and a little bit on each corner. So your paper is stop moving. Circle and another one on the top. Grab an egg. And that's just to do a bit of egg wash, just if we want to give a nice golden color.
Almond flakes go on top.
And that's going to go in a hot oven, preheated to 185, so I'm going to drop it to 180. And it should take 25 to 30 minutes. That should be plenty of time for you to make your own recipe.
Right, so who wants to crack some eggs?
6 eggs.
Time to see if the retro bakers perform well under pressure.
Eggs in first.
Eggs and sugar first, yeah.
So I crank it up a bit.
Yep.
We're looking for the bec.
Le bec. So we've got a duck beak yet.
Yeah.
And stretch.
Exactly.
That's better.
Here goes. Wow.
That's a perfect circle.
Yeah. There we go.
Well, my circle is more like a square.
Perfect.
I like our
consistency.
The choux goes in at 180 degrees for 30 minutes. Back to the crème mousseline.
It's smelling good from the oven. So we've got a few minutes. So I'm going to grab the custard. Okay, so this is completely cold now. That's going to go in a bowl. We're going to zap it a little bit just to smooth it up. Okay, so that's nice and glossy and smooth.
While the individual choux pastries are left to cool, add 200 grams of butter and 200 grams of praline paste to the mousseline. Then whisk in on a fast setting. Fill a piping bag with the crème mousseline before gently slicing each of the pastries in half.
Nice. Plenty of space to put plenty of cream inside. So
Fill the holes.
fill the holes, and after we do some
Fancy bits.
Oh, nice.
yeah, with a circle, and we're just gonna.
Now it's the retro baker's turn.
A nice display of Paris-Brest, but the question is, will they taste nice?
Yeah.
When can we eat them?
So what do you think? Is it time for cakes?
I think so, yeah.
Right, so what did we think about the day?
Clearly, you gave us 9 out of 10, so, you know, we like you.
Bubbles. Who's going to cut that?
Shall I do Mum?
Yes.
Lovely.
It's delicious.
Give you a 10.
Right, so final toast, just to again saying thank you for coming to my home today, my house, and to bringing this amazing eclairs. You do care, you can see in your baking. So again, cheers, cheers. Chin, chin. Chin.